this is the church from Kemble. I just thought I would mention that, and thought my wife and I thought we'd check it out. There's some like tourists checking out the area as well. But yeah, this is the Antelope Valley church from Kemble. Pretty awesome. This is actually pretty light rain right now, which is insane. Hi, welcome to vlog 66. This is the vlog where I talk about quarterly stories, which is the graphic novel that I hand write, hand letter, and hand ink, and then hand to you, hopefully someday in print. Until that day, it's available serialized online for your reading enjoyment at quarterlystories.com, which you can read all the way up to page 47, which was posted yesterday. So, today is insane. It has been completely flooding in this area. I don't know if you guys can see it all that well through the window, but basically there's like flash flood warnings. The traffic is insane. I'm literally going like 5 miles an hour right now on a patch of freeway where I would usually be going about 65. So that just goes to show you how crazy the rain is. And then, as I've explained, Californians in rain have no idea how to drive in rain, and it's been raining to this absurd extent. Like, we just don't get rain like this, and it's kind of awesome because we've been in a drought. But for driving home on a Friday night after a really crazy busy day at work, it's a little depressing to have so much rain. So yesterday I got to go to the jeweler who I had mount the Alexandrite. For those of you who've been following the vlog, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who haven't, initially my wife, I got her for an engagement ring, an Alexandrite mounted on a ring with some diamonds, and it's really pretty, and it's what I proposed marriage to her with. And I had searched all over the place to find natural Alexandrite, which is actually, it turns out, is one of my favorite stones. My wife's name is Mai, but it's also one of the most rare stones in the world, and she's not really a diamond person. That's, I guess, what you get for marrying an artist, right? Like, most artists have kind of unique tastes, and that's one of her favorite stones. So the Alexandrite is actually a pretty rough thing to try to find in its natural form. There's a lot of synthetics, but they just don't look quite the same. So I had done all this hunting, and that's what I proposed to her with, and that's been her wedding ring. And then about a year ago, the stone came out. Being that it's kind of a rare stone, we had it assessed by like a gemologist, and it was a legit stone. So we get through all of this crazy process of like getting the stone assessed, finding the stone, getting it mounted on the ring, and the people who are going to mount the stone on the ring chip the gem. So for those of you who followed the vlog, you know this story already. But for Valentine's Day, I decided to find another Alexandrite, and I managed to find another natural Alexandrite that's about a carat in size, which is pretty big for Alexandrite. We just went for it again. I got it mounted on her wedding ring, and it actually, the cool thing is, I got to pick it up from the jeweler, and I shot a little video at the time, so I'll show that to you right now. So it's kind of hard to tell in this light, but natural Alexandrite kind of changes color. So if you see it right now, it looks kind of clear, and when we record, like if you see it in the daylight, it's gonna look very green, and it never translates well to video. So anyhow, that's pretty rad. So we got the stone set, and I'm pretty excited. It looks pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, so Mai ended up loving the ring, and that's pretty cool considering the crazy week that's been happening. And so now I am trying to just make it home alive, honestly. It's so nuts with the rain. Other than crazy ass rain and a really busy day at work, one of my hopes today is to get home and hopefully, in the last video you saw me do thumbnails, and now I'm going to move on to the next stage in my process, which is to take photo references. So what I usually will do is pose for those photo references. So depending on how late I end up getting home, I'm going to try my damnedest to do that, and to hopefully film some of the process of just shooting photo reference and maybe give some tips. Generally, I mean, the one thing I can say before even getting into it is generally things to keep in mind. If you're an artist, you don't need immaculate photo reference, but it does help to have good photo reference, and the better your photo reference is, the less you have to invent. But keep in mind, the better your photo reference is, the less you have to invent. So actually sometimes it's good to have like okay photo reference that's not exquisite quality, and also to not be too precious when you're shooting photo reference, to establish lighting like you want it, but to also keep it loose enough to where you can still, when it comes to drawing the final image, maintain your artistic look and eye and integrity, and just kind of keep your style to it, so it doesn't just look like a photocopy of a photograph. Which to me, if you're gonna do photoreal work to the point where it looks like a photograph, why not just take the photograph and, you know, turn in the photograph. So anyhow, so when I take photo reference, I generally am looking to just reference to get a really good shot of a pose so that I can cut out some of the time in creating the process and also make it a little more accurate. This helps particularly with foreshortening, which is really, it's achievable from your head, but a lot of the time foreshortening is much more convincing when you use photo reference. So that's my little rant on photo reference. Hopefully I can show you guys a little bit of that process, but meanwhile I gotta get home, and this is madness. So anyhow, luckily, unlike the area I work in, like, there's no cars kind of floating. Like, the flooding was getting pretty bad in my work area, and so I'm thankful that at least the road is a little clearer than that. So you never know, maybe I'll be home sooner than later. So I've kind of focused on the back window there so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the rain. It's just been really nuts. Okay, so right now we're gonna do photo references of the page. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 photographs total. Actually 10 that we have to take. So I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of how we do that. Second rough. All 3 of these are shots of me drawing. So there was the first image. This was for the second image. Third image. Fourth image, I took one general shot of this picture, which is going to be repeating throughout here. And then I took this photo, this photo, this photo, this photo. Crumbling the page. This one, which I took a few versions of because it's a bit of a weird pose. This one. And finally, the last torn page. So from those references, I will place them in Photoshop and kind of, once I have my layout done, and then I'll have them ready to print and draw from. And so it's a good headway and start for page 65 of Quarterly Stories. So because I'm on an artist salary, and my wife and I are all like, she's a stay-at-home mom and we're sharing from a single income, I tend to do my own haircuts, which is kind of cool. Saves a lot of money, highly recommend it. So as you guys can see, I had a super busy weekend, a lot of fun, got a new haircut, basically got everything set for my comic. So I should be able to move forward to inking the lettering and the borders tomorrow. And now I'd just like to say thanks to those of you who have subscribed, liked, and commented on my YouTube channel. It really helps keep this thing going, and I will see you guys next week.